34, verses 1 through 12. Resurrection. On the first day of the week, very early in the morning, the women took the spices they had prepared and went to the tomb. They found the stone rolled away from the tomb, but when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were wondering about this, suddenly 2 men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down and their faces to the ground. But the men said to them, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still with you in Galilee? The Son of Man must be delivered unto the hands of sinful men, be crucified, and on the third day be raised again." Then they remembered his words. When they came back from the tomb, they told all these things to the 11 and to all the others. It was Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary, the mother of James, and the others with them who told this to the apostles. But they did not believe the women because the word seemed to them like nonsense. Peter, however, got up and ran to the tomb. Bending over, he saw the strips of linen lying by themselves, and he went away, wondering to himself what had happened.
If you'll turn to 320, we'll respond to the reading of Scripture with the unison prayer. Almighty God,
through Jesus Christ, who overcame death, and opened to us the gate of everlasting life, grant that we, who celebrate the day of our Lord's resurrection, may, by the renewing of your Spirit, arise from the death of sin to life of righteousness. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Give me 1 second. Somehow the skit got interwoven with my sermon. I have no idea if this is in order or not. We'll just take this step at a time. Okay. We are here today to celebrate life. We are here today to celebrate hope. We are here today to celebrate the day that changed the world forever. We forget. It's very easy for us, and we forget that we live in a time after the resurrection. We don't know what it was like to live before this day happened. We must remember what this day represents and the power that it offers the planet. This day represents the dawn of not just new religious practices, but an entirely new way of knowing God. Before we can understand the significance of the symbols that God used to usher in a new covenant, we have to know a little bit of history behind the symbols. Henry Harris, in his work titled, mouthful, Hebraic Literature, Translations to the Talmud, the Midrashim, and the Kabbalah, little light reading, says 300 priests were towed off, meaning set aside, to draw the veil of the temple aside. This refers to the times that the veil used to be cleaned. Rabban Simon Gamaliel, I'm sorry that I'm butchering these, but I believe that's how it's pronounced, speaking as high priest, says the thickness of the veil of the temple was a hand breadth. So, are we all familiar with the temple veil? We're on the same page with what that was in the temple where the Jews worshipped. For real. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'd be happy to fill y'all in. I just didn't want to waste your time if everybody's on the same page. Okay, I just want to make sure we all know that we're all on the same page. So we know the dimensions of the height and the width of the veil with certainty. However, we are not 100% how thick the veil was, and this is significant for what happens to the veil. Was it the breadth of the palm or the breadth of the side of the hand? It's the difference between about 1.5 inches and about 4 inches. Either way, pretty thick. We don't know for sure, but we do know that it was substantially heavy because it took 300 priests to wrangle it. This is partially to keep it from ever touching the ground. But we're not talking 30 priests or 130 priests. We're talking 300 priests designated to move this thing around. Because of that, I'm inclined to assume it was about 4 inches thick. The veil is 60 feet high. Does anybody know how tall this sanctuary is? Any of the guys that do the work? About how tall is the ceiling here?
25.
25, so more than twice the height of this room. 30 feet wide. Be about close to this room right here. A piece of cloth, 4 inches thick, double the height of this room, about the width of this room. It's a very significant piece of fabric. It is also covered, the front of it is covered with very tightly embroidered symbols that represented God to the Jewish people. So behind the veil sat the Ark of the Covenant, and it was referred to as the Holy of Holies. The Ark of the Covenant contained the 10 Commandments, a golden jar of manna, and Aaron's rod that budded miraculously while it wasn't planted. This is significant because the Ark of the Covenant is not something to mess around with. The Ark is the place of God's presence. That's why it was in the Holy of Holies. The Ark was carried before the Israelite people as they traveled. And the pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night that led them while they moved, both of these phenomena resided above the Ark and moved with the Ark. The top of the Ark of the Covenant is known as the mercy seat. It's the place where God resides. The cloud of his presence was always there. It's also the place where the blood from a sacrifice of forgiveness was sprinkled. The veil was in place in front of the Holy of Holies. So for instance, the Ark of the Covenant would be back here. The veil would be here, and the people would stay out there. And the veil was in place in the temple to keep God separate from people. This accomplished 2 purposes. First of all, it kept God separate from man's sin, but it also protected man from God's presence. In fact, once a year, a priest was sent into the Holy of Holies to administer the rituals in the presence of Almighty God. And when the priest went in, a rope was tied. We're not sure if it's around the waist or the foot, but a rope was tied around the priest in order to pull out his dead body if he died in the presence of the Lord. In fact, in Leviticus chapter 10, 2 of Aaron's sons offered what the scriptures refer to as unauthorized fire in the Holy of Holies. And God turns the fire on them and consumes them, but the temple around them is not damaged. This is not a game. This is for real. So what does this have to do with Easter? It's a lot of history, a lot of details. What does it have to do with Easter? Pretty much everything. Matthew 27:50 and 51 tells us, when Jesus had cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, the rocks split, the tombs broke open. That is a superhuman act. That is not something man could do in an instant. This is an act of God, and this act of God is the point of Easter. God tore the veil away because it was no longer necessary. The mission had been accomplished. God, through Jesus, had successfully changed his relationship to man. There was no longer a need for the high priest. There was no longer a need to send one man into the Holy of Holies in order to communicate to God on your behalf. Now, we come face to face to God on our own. Each of us is responsible for working out our own relationship with God in the quiet of our own hearts. No more ritual acts of atonement, no more sacrifices. Jesus took care of that. The old covenant is dead. Jesus declared a new covenant during the Last Supper that we celebrated on Thursday, and the ripping of the temple veil solidifies the deal. So now what? It's a whole new world, and now what do? They hide and they wait. They don't understand what's happening. 3 times Jesus talked about his death. Even on their way to Jerusalem, he had talked about it. He said, we're going to Jerusalem, and everything that is written by the prophets about the Son of Man will be fulfilled. He will be delivered over to the Gentiles. They will mock him, insult him, and spit on him. They will flog him and kill him. On the 3rd day, he will rise again. Somehow they never fully understood, or maybe didn't want to understand what he was saying to them. But now it's not talking anymore. This is death. Jesus is dead. He's dead. He's not talking to them anymore. They're not communicating with him. It is the silence of the grave. Is it possible he could rise again? tell them to meet him in Galilee in 3 days. They can only wait. While waiting, they hide. They're criminals. They have walked through the streets of Jerusalem for days.